Hi, AP students. My name is Corey Spence. I'm your art teacher this year. However, I'm not there at the moment due to this little guy. He's asleep at the moment. But this is Conan. I am hanging out with him until fall break, so you'll see me come back after then. But I just wanted to say hey before we get talking about AP and everything art related and classroom related. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into AP art. So, let me click here and minimize my screen here. There we go. And then I'm going to present y'all's slideshow. So, welcome to A202. Again, my name is Corey Spence. Most of you guys have had me as an art teacher, whether it's for Art 1, Art 2, or Art 3. Now, this year, I'm mainly just teaching Art 2, Art 3, and AP. So, no more Art 1 for me at the moment. Now, a little bit about me. I know I've already said, but I'm a new mom, which is why I'm not here. I'm also married to a wonderful husband, and we have our first little child here, that's Bella. Also, I studied fine arts at Tennessee Tech. Love tech. Go to the craft center. It's amazing. I'm also a lover of dogs. And I am a huge dessert connoisseur. I like all things sweet. I'm not prejudiced against any dessert, but if I had to choose, my two favorites is chocolate chip cookies and ice cream. Also, I love to mess around with some pottery, oil paint. I do some woodworking with my dad. I'm a big photographer. I love taking pictures and then hiking, and then I'm old and boring and I love to read. So that's a little bit about me. Okay, so we're going to get into kind of what you're going to need for this course and then a little bit about the art room. The first thing you're going to need is a sketchbook. Now, it does not matter if it's new or old. You can go purchase a new AP sketchbook if you'd like, but you certainly don't have to. Or you can use an old one that has spare pages. Just have a sketchbook on hand because I'm going to ask you guys to sketch and then document your sketches. Next, you guys will submit a portfolio at the end of the year. This is your exam. I will be sending out information on that later, so just be looking in your emails. I'll be sending them out to parents and you as well. And then also I put in here that you guys may have to purchase some miscellaneous materials that we do not have in the classroom. Sometimes you guys use like odd and end things like I don't know, like buttons or I'm trying to think, styrofoam balls or something like that. So we do not have those in the classroom. However, you're more than welcome to purchase them. But yeah, I try to have you guys not purchase things, but just know that if you're wanting to do something outside of what is in the art room, you may need to. Okay. I wanted to put on here, also this should be 2026, some dates I want you guys to remember. And the first date I want you guys to put in your calendar, you can take a picture of this or have your calendar out, but is March 1st. So you guys will choose one artwork in your curation. It could be old, new, whichever. And we're going to display it at Just Love Cafe. So that is going to be March 1st. I am so excited. Then the next date, I want you to remember, these are kind of further, all of these are further out there, but I just want you to have these in the back of your mind. And that is the Art Gala. That's April 30th. Now, you guys may know that the Art Gala is a big deal for the AP Art students, just because you pretty much showcase everything that you've been working on for the school year, and it's also going to be part of your final grade. So I'm going to grade you on pretty much the presentation of all your pieces. So that is going to be April 30th, and then not long at all after that is going to be when your portfolio is due. So that's going to be due on May 1st, 2026. And then we will be actually going into a little bit more of a deep dive about your portfolio on Monday. So just know that that's when it's due. So this is the course syllabus. If you've had me as an art teacher, this does not look different at all, but only two things I've changed on here. And the first one is your art class fee. The handbook says that it is now $30. You guys are an advanced course, meaning I should be purchasing more specialized items for you. So if you come to me and you're like, Miss Spence, I really want to use gouache paint for my portfolio, I will be happy to purchase those for you. Now, I'm going to be honest, purchasing things does take a while, so you have to kind of account for that. But that is your class fee. And then your grade weights are a little bit different now. So your projects are now 80% versus minor projects and classwork, which would be like sketches, documentation, is 20%. So 80% of your grade is that project. I'm not going to go into depth here, but just know tardy rules are the same, late assignments are the same. If you don't know, I do not take off for late work. However, 1 week after that due date, I will not take it anymore. So again, I do not take off for late work, but 1 week after the due date that I've given you, I just won't even look at it. I won't put it in the grade book. I should have changed this. This talks about sketchbook assignments. Just ignore that. But yeah, that is pretty much it. This will be attached in Google Classroom if you want to take a further look into this. And that is that. Your Google Classroom is right here, your Google Classroom code, I should say. So take a picture of it. I'm going to have it printed as well in the classroom. I will be placing it beside the board, so if you don't have a phone on you right now, that's perfectly fine. But take a picture of this. This is how I'm going to communicate with you all year and pretty much how I'm gone as well, or while I'm gone as well. But yes, you guys will find your videos on there that I will have for you. You will be turning in assignments on there, and then I will be posting some announcements on there as well. So make sure to join Google Classroom. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Also, you guys may know that we have art club. We typically meet on Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:30 in my classroom. Miss Summer said that she is more than happy to take this over while I was gone. So my leaders that are sitting in the art room right now, go talk to Miss Summer and speak with her about what your plans are for your first meeting and so forth. But yes, so art club takes place in my room. Okay, the other day, me and Conan dropped by the school and we loaded up y'all's shelves. So these shelves back here that I'm pointing at and right here, those shelves are yours. This is where you'll put all your artwork and materials in each day. And if you go there, you should see that there's a canvas, a little bag full of palette and some brushes, an AP folder, and then your name tag that you're going to be working on today. So the canvas and palette we're actually going to talk more about on Monday, so you can kind of ignore that for right now and toss that to the back of your shelf. But I want to talk about your AP folder. So this folder is pretty much all the handouts that you guys will need while I'm gone. So the first one that you will see is your checklist. Now, this is just kind of a guide to help you, just because there's a lot of things I expect from you for each project, and this is just a tool to help you make sure that you've got it all done before you say that you are complete. So these are the first projects that you guys will have. And then when I get back, we'll start on your sustained investigation. But anyway, let's say for your layers project, which will be your first project, I want you to check off that your sketches are complete, your progress pictures have been taken, your final picture had been taken, and then the reflection questions. Now, you guys have reflection questions for all 3 of these projects. They're easy to forget about, but just know that for the layers project, for example, there is a reflection page for that. Let me see if I can find it. Yes. So this should be the page in your AP folder. You guys also have rubrics in there as well. So make sure to turn that in for your teacher to grade. Okay. So the next worksheet you should see is pretty much just a bunch of information that I'm giving you. This kind of walks you through the portfolio exams. There's 3 different ones. There's 2D, 3D, and drawing. Again, I will talk more about this on Monday, but if you wanted to go ahead and move ahead, you're more than welcome to read these. This just goes over supplies again, pretty much more about portfolio, the sustained investigation portion, and the selected works portion, and then a lot of writing that you'll need to do for the exam and in my class as well. And then this is pretty much your timeline overview for the year. Now for the fall, you guys will complete a few guided projects, which will be the projects you guys will work on while I'm absent, to help you practice techniques, develop concepts for your sustained investigation. But by mid-fall, you should have your sustained investigation developed, which is your idea for your portfolio, and you will begin working on your investigation pieces. So as soon as I get back from fall break, we're going to be starting on your portfolio. Then in the winter, you guys are still working on your sustained investigation. And then by spring, by the middle of spring, you should have close to 8 sustained investigation pieces created. I will talk more about this, but my goal for you guys is to have 8. You're more than welcome to have more, but you cannot have less than 8. And then I state by the end of the spring semester, you should have your portfolio complete, comprised of 8 photographs of your sustained investigation process and pieces, plus 5 of your best pieces for the selected works collection section. Those 5 pieces can be the part of the 8 that you create. So this isn't 8 plus an additional 5. It's also included in that. And I'll go over that later on as well. So don't let that trip you up any. Another worksheet I have in there are just some critique reminders. You guys will participate in peer reviews. You will do this for all 3 of those projects that I just showed you on the checklist. This is just a guide to help you talk with your partner a little bit. Now there's questions you will answer for the peer review, but this is a great thing to look at. And then like I said, you guys will have reflection sheets that you will turn in with your projects, so don't forget about those. Again, they are in your folder. And I believe that I've placed things in your folder chronologically as you would need them. So check that out. Okay. This is the supply closet. Many of you guys know who have had me. This is the little cupboard, the elements cupboard by the door. I am not allowing any other students to be in here. However, I am allowing you guys to kind of shop any supplies you need in here throughout the semester. Now, it's a bunch of miscellaneous materials, such as popsicle sticks, googly eyes, you name it. I also have Sculpey clay in here and a box of clay tools. You guys are more than welcome to this cupboard while I'm gone. However, my art closet by the sink in my room, I'm trying to keep students away from, that way just to keep that area clear. Now, if you feel like you need to go in there, I know I have certain materials such as needle felting in there, or what else do I have in there? I'm trying to think. Yarn. Just let your teacher know, and then you can go in there. But for the most part, you guys are more than welcome to shop around in here. Just make sure to return whatever you borrow. Okay, you guys will be making name tags today. You should see kind of like a poster board, or there's another word for it, but this poster board in your shelf, and you guys are going to make your name tags for your shelf. And the only thing I ask of you is that you make this name tag look really, really crazy good, because I am excited to pop in my room and see all of y'all's names in there. And also, you guys are AP Art. You need to be showing off your skills to Art 2 and Art 3 so they can have something to look forward to when they get into AP. So you guys will be working on name tags today. I believe on Monday I have it set aside for you to finish them up. But that is it. I think that is everything I need to go over. And I will see you guys in October. This makes me so sad. But also excited too. I'm excited to see what stuff you guys submit in Google Classroom. And yes, you may see me at some events at Green Hill. I plan to stop and see you guys. So anyway, have a great first day of school, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.